Hey everybody, we back again. Back in the forest. Not back in the forest. This is my first time recording a video here in the fucking woods. It's a little bit scary because, the sun's going down. You don't know what the fuck is gonna come out and eat your ass. I just saw a deer run that way, and it reminded me, like a couple weeks ago, I was on my bike, and when I was riding down the road, a deer was running next to me. He just popped out of the woods, and for like 1 block, he was just running next to me, and then he went away. It was like magical, bro. I felt like fucking Cinderella in the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White. Goddamn, bro. But the sunset's looking really nice too. And well, I'm thinking, like, what should I talk about? And I guess today's gonna be kind of short because I have to go home, and also I don't really have a lot to talk about, but I've been pretty much struggling with everything in my life for my whole life. And not until recently am I starting to kind of break out of all this bad juju that I have. And one of the biggest things that's helped me so much is realizing you don't have to go a million fucking hours every day. What the fuck you don't have to go a million miles an hour every day. Not a million hours, bro. So, and this is part of the thing, like, every single day, I felt like, it's not even a day thing, it's just a life thing in general. I felt like my mind was louder than everything happening around me. It was the forefront of what I was looking at. It still is, to a degree, right? I still struggle with it a lot, but at least now I'm actually able to see it. I'm kind of aware of it more, rather than where before I was just not feeling right every day. Just something always felt off. And what really made it feel like there was a chance of this going away was, number one, talking to people, but I talked about that yesterday. So the other thing is just slowing down, right? Just taking a minute to look around you, or just not getting out of the headspace of thinking everything you do has to be the most optimized thing. And I'm not saying it's like something you're consciously doing. It's not. It's just you feel like you need to fucking do everything as quick as you possibly can. And the craziest thing that happens while you're in this headspace is when you experience someone who's not like that, or like the complete opposite. And it just, like, the feeling those type of people give you when you're in that headspace is crazy. It's like all that suffering goes away for like 2 seconds. And, oh Jesus, fuck. My hair's really getting to a point where I have to stay on guard of how it looks, bro. To constantly adjust it, or else it's just looks like I belong on a farm. But I'm trying to learn how to slow down, right? I'm trying to figure out what that means to even slow down. And so far, I think it can be literally slowing down, bro. Like, you might walk faster, or try and process things faster than you actually can, or just like frantically look around for answers to your problem. Or when it comes to like doing things in general, you try to squeeze in so much shit that you end up doing less. You end up doing less you end up getting less done. And it's hard to see it. Sometimes it's hard to really pick up on it, especially if you've been stuck in it for so long. But even now, I kind of feel like it. Like, that's why I stutter over my words, because my brain is 100% somewhere else sometimes. And doing these videos gives me a good thing to gauge how fast I'm trying to do everything. Because when I'm sitting here like, oh my fucking god, I have nothing to say, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking ruin the whole thing, I just take a minute and I look around. And I realize it doesn't fucking matter. Succeeding in life doesn't need to be as important as you make it. Because if you do, you don't end up succeeding in life. If you do make it that important, you end up fucking failing in life. And it's kind of your obligation to try and figure that out. The world's been feeling really different recently. My anxiety's been latched onto a whole different slew of things that I'm not really familiar with. I'm just trying to nap, bro. I hear like kids screaming in the woods. What the fuck? What the fuck? Pretty sure this is someone's property too. But there's a big fucking crater. You can't even see that shit. Just a massive crater in the woods. But anyways, you know what? You know how you really know that you've made it to the point where you're not trying to fucking zip around in life? You know you've made it when you have that like warm blanket feeling all the time. You're not worrying about anything. You're just doing the next most important thing. And that's all you're focusing on. And you're not making it any more or any less than it actually is. And the world becomes louder than your mind. And you'll finally be able to just hear silence, which is the nicest thing ever, dude. Like, I don't hear silence most of the time. I'm barely even paying attention to what's happening around me, the sounds but that's the most noticeable thing. Just sounds become easier to digest. I'm not overwhelmed by them. Because usually the way I try to fix it is to look at my hyperfixations, but then add these things that I also want to look at. I want to pay attention to the world more, and it's almost like there's a bungee cord stopping me from doing that. It's because I'm still attached to things that I shouldn't be. So, and you know, who's to say what you shouldn't be attached to? It's up to you, honestly. It's whatever, if you want to be more, if you want to pay more attention to what's going on in your brain than what's going on in the world, so be it, man. Do that shit. Be my guest. Fucking everything around you will go to shit, but in your mind you'll probably find a happy little corner for 5 minutes every day, and then the rest is just like data moshing. That's what it feels like sometimes, bro. Your head will feel like it's just a broken TV. The screen's all fucked up and can't even distinguish what's going on. But I don't know if I really talked about anything significant, or I just kept talking in circles, but hopefully I said something important. And I gotta get home because it's starting to get creepy out here. I'm starting to hear witches cackle. And my ass is probably brown because I was sitting on fucking dirt. And these people about to see me walk out the woods like, yo, what the fuck is this kid doing? So I gotta head out. Oh yeah, ass is black. Fuck. Peace.